All right, y'all. So I think that Sony has a lot of nerve. I think Sony has a lot of nerve. Dakota Johnson was dragging Madam Web, as she should, no shade, but as she should, right? And Sony had such a problem with that. Why are you more mad at Dakota and not mad at yourselves for putting out trash movies? Like, get real. Okay, so before we get into it, make sure you check out my Patreon at patreon.com/AvatarAdrian. It's a new account, so I do want you all to tell me what you want to see on there, but I have posted on there a dramatic reading of an excerpt of my upcoming sequel, Xeraxia, The Vengeance of Cold Wind. So if you want to hear that, check it out. Patreon.com/AvatarAdrian. So let's get into this Madam Web news. This is coming from comicbookmovie.com. Rumor: Sony Pictures not happy with Madam Web star Dakota Johnson following recent interviews. Dakota Johnson never seemed particularly enthusiastic when it came to promoting the movie in the build up to its release, and once it was playing in theaters, she said certain things during interviews that could be taken as somewhat disparaging. Following one interview in which the actress admitted that she hadn't actually seen the movie yet. Despite showing up to the premiere, Johnson said she wasn't surprised by the poor box office performance or negative reviews. So here is what she said, which is what, like, how she calls out the executives and stuff. I think that's what they really had a problem with, right? So she says, it's so hard to get these movies made, and in these big movies that get made, and it's even starting to happen with the little ones, which is what's really freaking me out. Decisions are being made by committees, and art does not do well when it's made by committee. Films are made by a filmmaker and a team of artists around them. Period. What have I been saying about, when it comes to any of these streaming services that just crank out bullshit, right? When we're talking about Marvel also, and the restructuring that had to happen, Kevin Feige is over there freaking out because DCU is coming. It's just like y'all had these executives on set bulldozing the artists, and so what you come up with is a money grab that's not even inspired. It don't have no passion behind it. Like I said before, it's made by people who don't care about superheroes. They just care about a check. Oh well, superheroes are popular, let's just put some bullshit together and sell it. Let's put some superhero bullshit together and sell it. Y'all don't have real nerds. Y'all don't have real nerds at the top making these executive decisions. Y'all don't have real artists at the top making these decisions, the creative decisions. You got these boring ass executives who need to be in an office looking at a spreadsheet somewhere, talking about powers, thinking they know some shit about comic books, thinking they know some shit about heroes, thinking they know some shit, you know what I mean, about telekinesis and telepathy and all type of shit, teleportation. Y'all don't care about that shit. Y'all old ass executives don't care about that shit, and we could tell. Let the artists do their thing. Let the filmmakers do their thing. And y'all old ass executives gonna make money anyway. Y'all gonna make money. Let the artists do their thing. And then she goes on here to say, you cannot make art based on numbers and algorithms. My feeling has been for a long time that audiences are extremely smart, and executives have started to believe that they're not. Audiences will be able to sniff out bullshit. Even if films start to be made with AI, humans aren't going to fucking want to see those. But it was definitely an experience for me to make that movie. I had never done anything like it before. I probably will never do anything like it again because I don't make sense in that world. Girl, Dakota says she cast that check. She put that shit in her account and she said, on to the next project, girl. Y'all ain't finna stress me out. I am screaming. So the article says, nothing too negative, but rumor has it that Sony Pictures execs were not pleased about Johnson's comments. Lots of people at Sony are questioning her star power. It's crazy to me because, like I said, I ain't no Dakota Johnson stan or super stan or anything like that, but I'm just like, so you gonna hire this woman, right? And then she gonna fulfill her shit. She gonna do what the contract say she gotta do, right? Promote the shit. Even didn't even watch it, but promote it. Fulfill her contract. You gonna hire her and then say, oh, well, we're questioning her star power. Y'all are not, because if she didn't have any star power, you wouldn't be addressing the fucking comments that she made that spread all over the place that many people agree with. So what do you mean? Oh, and how she reacted. So they said lots of people at Sony are questioning her star power, and how she reacted to this failure will likely come back to haunt her. So Sony, you're saying that Dakota Johnson being honest about y'all's lack of passion, your lack of vision, right, when it comes to filmmaking, whatever. Her honesty about the shitty state that Madam Web was in, right? That is going to come back to haunt her, but y'all shitty movies ain't? Really? That's gonna come back to haunt her? No, I mean, if she chooses projects where people are passionate about the shit that they're doing and they actually give a damn about, you know what I mean, the story that they're telling, if they want to create a coherent story, then, I mean, they won't have to worry about Dakota Johnson saying that shit, right? But y'all are, like I said, y'all put shit together in a box, tie it up with a bow and present it to the general audiences, just stamp a superhero name on it, expecting it to sell. Y'all want to buy y'all 5th yacht and 10th house, right? Off of that shit. But y'all don't actually care about the heroes, the art, the story, the genre. Y'all ridicule the genre, right? Like, I just think Sony got a lot of nerve. They said, it is okay to joke about your movie not doing well and even lean into the bad reviews like Sydney Sweeney did on SNL with her monologue. But producers and Sony aren't laughing over Dakota's continued dragging of how she sees the fallout of Madam Web and how she isn't taking any responsibility for its lackluster results. Yo, Sony is really on one right now because, like, I know the company that gave us Venom ain't talking like this. Like, I know the company that gave us Morbius is not talking like this. Y'all don't have a lot of that y'all don't have nothing to back up all of this rah-rah that you doing right now. You don't have nothing to back it up. I know y'all ain't talking. So the article says, while we have no problem believing that Sony would be a little miffed at Johnson, this source hasn't been the most reliable, so the details of this report should be considered rumor for the time being. Even if it is accurate, it doesn't sound like Johnson is in any rush to suit back up as Madam Web. Not that a sequel is very likely anyway. So they're just like, okay, this is what we're hearing. It just categorize it as rumor right now because of the source, right? It's not as reliable. But like they said in the article, I really would not be surprised if this is actually the case at Sony, because she didn't just do, like they said, she didn't just do what Sydney Sweeney did, right? She's dragging the executives. Like, she's going in on the way that these films are made, like it's like they're in a goddamn sweatshop factory. Like, she's criticizing it, and the executives feel hit and they feel hurt, and y'all should. I feel like if you had a strong movie, this actress wouldn't be out here saying that shit. If you had such an issue with her star power, you wouldn't have hired this actress. If y'all, like, girl, and also, like I said, y'all gave us Venom and Morbius, okay? You should be very, very silent. when bitches come around, when real bitches come around, you should sit your ass down. When the real bitches walk in the room, you should fucking stand up. Stand up and excuse yourself from the room. Don't sit down, stand up and excuse yourself from the room. Cause ain't no way you got that track record and you talking like this, babes. Ain't no way. I did not see Madam Web. I already knew from the reviews and all that shit that I was not walking into that fucking movie, especially if the main actress is dragging it, right? But to see Sony really sit here and really convince themselves that they're not the issue, that, you know, oh, this actress ungrateful and she's gonna come back to haunt her, Y'all making shitty movies, and Dakota Johnson signed on for a check and then went to the next project. Like, if you don't want people calling your movie shitty, don't make shitty movies. That's it. On that note, thank y'all so much for watching. Love y'all so much, and I'll check y'all out later. Peace. Make sure that you're going to www.zeraxia.com. When you join the wait list there on the site, you will be the first to be notified when I drop my sequel. Also, you'll immediately get chapter 1 of my upcoming sequel of the upcoming book sent to your email as a PDF. So check that out. Also, this is a different excerpt from my upcoming book. So you definitely want to pause to read if you're trying to get your life. Keep in mind that this upcoming book, the sequel, is following up the first book that is already released called Zoraxia, Wrath of the God King. I released it a few years ago. It was my introduction to writing, fantasy and stuff. So just go easy on me. But either way, as you can see here, it's given 4.9 stars. It's given 4.9 stars. So yeah, check out Zoraxia, Wrath of the God King while you wait for Zoraxia, The Vengeance of Coldwind, right? And go to Zoraxia.com, sign up, join the waitlist, get your free chapter. Thank you so much.